Of the Business Happy Hour, here's Frank the Bank, Rosa Vahidi, and Senia Akishina.
All right, Tampa Bay, welcome back to the Business Happy Hour, your number one show for all things business and entrepreneurial. And guys, we're still playing with this Facebook Live thing. So we do invite you guys to go to the Business Happy Hour Facebook page. We are going to revamp a couple things. Might even have pictures for you. We're doing that today. So that's going to be exciting. We're going to have something up there, get our new logo. And then we'll start, if you like the page, it's going to remind you every time we go live, which is going to be just after 12 o'clock, usually every Tuesday, right here in the 970 WFLA studio for 9 years. And we're also going to do the Facebook Live, so you can check that out. And eventually, I promise, we'll have all of us on there. I'm not just going to spin this little camera around like...
I brought the face for radio, so I wish I'd have gone to tan today.
Yeah,
I would have went tan, man.
You look like you're already tan.
Dude, actually,
that's just my blood pressure going.
This little iPad here, I call this the tan checker, okay? Because I look like Casper, the friendly ghost, all right? Travis, you do look tanner than anyone else in the entire studio.
I did get a little sun. I work for my mom in the yard.
Senia, you are second runner-up. You look pretty tan. And Rosa, you still beat me because maybe it's my white shirt, but dude, I promise you I'm not sick. Okay, because that's
really, you look that white?
I'm pretty white at this one.
We need some sun-kissed filters or something.
Yeah. Ooh, maybe I should change the filter. Well, Facebook Live, I look good. So thank you for listening to Facebook Live as well. Guys, hey, exciting news. Senia and Rosa from the Mahara and Associates. Okay, I'm not joking. They are one of the top, if not the top real estate company in Tampa Bay. They work for the greatest team. They have a new vanity number that you can,
we finally did it.
Yes, if you forget, contact frankthebank.com, which is where you need to get approved so I can give them the file so they can find you a house. But let's say you've got some real estate questions and you just need to ask the ladies these questions. What's the number?
It's 813-755-REAL, REAL. And that's 7235, so still easy, yes.
Oh, 7235, that is easy.
Estate.
Much easier than your 727 we were giving out. I'm like, Rosa,
Travis,
I
I just deciphered this.
He deciphered this. Why did they choose
I should
real?
break out my little spyglass. I just figured this out.
This guy, clearly he knows about communications.
They've got some exciting off listings coming up.
They do. They do.
Yeah,
By
we
the
have
way,
it off market.
what is off listings? People
Off
do that a lot.
market.
What is it?
Yeah, so we give our clients the opportunity to have exclusive access to our listings first, and so that means that they get VIP access. They're going to see our listings first before the public sees them.
Good deal.
Mm-hmm.
And they just do that by reaching out to you guys.
Yeah,
at
so
the real number.
Yeah, that's
at
the
our
only
real
way.
number.
755 was it 755?
Yeah.
Yep.
755.
813-755 real.
Yes.
Ooh, somebody's recording our
There you
commercials
go.
for us today.
That's right.
That is a face for
Practicing
radio if I've
my
ever seen one.
pipes.
Yeah, that was pretty good. All right, so tell us about this super secret off-market listing.
So we've got a condo. It's really clean, updated, and it's in a great location in Palm Harbor. It's a 2-1, and it's under $200,000. If you want to know about it first, contact us at 813-755
REAL.
REAL.
Yep, real.
I love it.
Hey, people are looking for that price point, right? I mean, I imagine a lot of people would want
Well, that's
that.
why get the heads up because, our goal is once we list it and it goes live, then we are going to get the activity, hopefully multiple offers. But if you're in there first and, start negotiating first, then maybe you snag it up before we even go live on it. So.
Yeah.
And there's no rental restrictions in this community, so whether it could be a primary or it could be a rental investment
I
property.
like getting a sneak peek.
Sneaky
I
peeky.
want to get a heads up on fresh inventory.
Well,
Yes.
I'll tell you what excited me the most about hearing about that property is the price. Because it is, with the way the market is right now, for you to find anything really decent, even a condo under $300 is pretty special. And this thing's under $200,000. That's really good. I mean,
And
your
it's
mortgage
Palm
payment-
Harbor.
Yeah.
So, it's a
Great
nice
Palm
little
Harbor.
area. It's
Great
ground
area.
floor.
You said it's 2-bedroom, 1 bath?
Two bedroom, 1 bath.
Ground floor. Lead off with that for us old guys who have back issues. I was in a car accident, man. My back is thrashed.
Well, hold on. Wait a minute. Okay, so now we, after we give the number one more time, 813-755-REAL, 755-REAL. You just called yourself old, and somebody has a birthday that only comes every 4 years, or you don't have a birthday.
Yeah.
Travis, part of the show today, we talked about this because we were joking about leap year, right? and you made a comment about you being a leap year baby, and I'm like, well, how about we talk about leap year on the radio?
Mom said I was lazy because she was trying to push me out. I was born in Orange Memorial Hospital, the old Orange Memorial in Orlando.
Okay.
She was trying to push me out. I didn't want to come, she said. So, and then apparently she said another stinking boy when I was born because I had 2 older brothers. I was supposed to be a girl. I was her leap year boy.
You're a leap year boy. Oh
Yeah.
man. So were you like born like in the middle of the night? Like was it really like one of those?
I think it was 2 a.m. ish. I think.
Oh
maybe.
man, 2 hours, bro. You could have
I don't
just
know.
like
I'll double check with her.
double check.
I'll have to fact check.
Yeah.
I'm getting so old, I forgot. It's like, I wish it was.
How old are you technically?
Well, dude, I'll let your listeners and you do the math. This is my 13th real birthday.
Okay.
So 13 times 4. It's I really never thought
I should be a math major at 52.
I never thought I'd make it to 13. We'll see if I make it to a sweet 16. That'll be 12 more years. That's a long. It's a long time.
So we'll do like your bat mitzvah and like your sweet 16 and all that stuff.
Got a ways to go yet.
You got.
I wish it was like that Benjamin Button kind of thing a little bit. I mean,
Yeah.
didn't seem so bad.
So let's what is leap year? So why don't you explain what leap year is?
Because I guess the rotation of the Earth is a little bit slower than 365, so
right.
That quarter of a year they just tack it on.
Yeah. So they kind of figured that out. That we actually have like a quarter
Quarter
longer
of a day, you
of
lose
a
about a
day.
year. So
and so every 4 years they're like, you know what? We'll just throw a day on February.
Yeah.
And that's
my understanding. I've been looking, so I'm going to host a little get together out at Larry King Jr.'s place out at Cheval.
Nice.
And he's very kindly hosting a party for me. He's actually sent an email out to his community saying, hey, is anybody got a leap year birthday? So I'm looking for anyone listening. Well, of course, they'll hear you too on iHeart on Sunday, so it'll be too late.
But they're watching Facebook
anyone
right
on
now.
Facebook Live who knows anyone who's born on the 29th, I want to get them a little cake. A little special cake, because I know we kind of get screwed.
Kind of.
You don't have a real everybody said jokes. They say you don't have a real birthday, but they really kind of don't joke. They're like,
It's kind of the greatest
I
tradition.
can fudge on this. I don't need to get this guy anything.
And you only have to buy him something every 4 years.
Yeah, come on, So I'm trying to treat some leap year babies nice. I've only found one other one locally.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, what do they do? Where do they got to go?
Well, I mean, they just go to Cheval. I think he posted on the Facebook page out there that they're looking for. But we're going to come out there 5:30 to 9 on Thursday evening.
All right, there
we're
you
just
go.
going to have a little gathering. And
Rosa
they'll
dodged
be
it
able to.
by a year.
Yeah.
Maybe she can kind of
Oh,
come
yeah,
in there
Rosa,
for
tell us
us.
about
yeah,
that.
you
Related.
missed it by that
Actually,
much.
wait a minute. We got to take a break. Berlander's going to yell at us here because because we're actually doing radio. We have to follow these rules called breaks and
Segments.
commercials and segments and stuff like that. So if you need any real estate advice, don't forget it's 813-755-REAL. That's 755-REAL. Very easy to get in touch with Cinia and Rosa. And if you want to get some mortgage stuff set up, you go directly to my pre-application site. Contact frankthebank.com. And don't forget Travis at Bullhorn Productions. We're going to talk to him about his business when we get back in just a minute. Take 2. All right.
Communications.
And we're ready when you are, Berlin.
Communications.
Communications.
Just keep yelling at Frank.
I've known this guy for so long.
Did I say productions that time?
Yes.
Yeah, I did.
I was going to hang my head in shame. Apparently, I do terrible at branding.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Berlander knew your stuff. What did he say?
Berlander, yeah, he's heard of me.
He
Plus,
already looked you up.
He's probably gotten emails from me in the past for guests and stuff.
He probably actually has. That's right, because he comes in all the time. This guy is no stranger to radio by any means.
Again, like I said,
He used
got
to
the face
sell
for it.
radio.
Yeah,
right?
actually, I was old like Herb Tarlick from WKRP, man, wearing the plaid pants.
QRP?
Yeah, WQRP.
WQRP.
in Cincinnati.
No,
I'm
WKRP.
living on the air in Cincinnati.
You guys are making us feel really young right now.
I should. 'Cause
You
that's
definitely
an
don't
old
know.
show.
Do you know what that is? But Cinia, do you know what that is?
How old are you, James? Oh yeah, he's
So he would, but
he's
you might
outside
know
the
because he's
window,
a
too.
radio guy. So he
Yeah,
may-
Yeah, see, only a radio guy would
James
know
knows
that.
about
Yeah. Well, if you're in radio, like it's I mean, how many movies or shows were made about radio?
Yeah.
You know?
Herb was the skeezy salesman.
Yeah.
He was like literally just a slime ball.
Yeah.
He was funny, but he was a slime ball.
So you're gonna have to check it out. Like later
Yes.
tonight, you're gonna have to turn this on and be like, what?
It
are
was
they
a
talking
hilarious show,
about?
actually.
It was very good, very politically
I
incorrect as
think
well.
only ran a couple seasons, but it was
WKRP.
WKRP Cincinnati.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
It's funny. It's funny.
It was 80s humor, and it was great.
Definitely 80s humor. So we're ready when you are. So we'll take a step back. We're gonna talk a little bit more leap year. You hit your how you missed it real quick. We'll talk to the leap year babies, and then we're gonna find out what does Travis do. See if we can't.
Not
Drum that up.
production.
Not production. We're ready when you are.
Communicate.
He produces nothing.
Welcome to the Business Happy Hour radio show with your host, Frank the Bank Cotto, president of Lincoln Lending Group and 813 Mortgage for 20 years right here in Tampa Bay. And joined by his incredible co-host, Rosa Vahidi and Senia Akishina, top producing real estate agents with Mahara and Associates. These three bring nearly 5 decades of experience in the local real estate market. If you're looking for real estate or business advice, no matter what your experience level, the Business Happy Hour team has been there for you for almost a decade right here on News Radio WFLA. Now sit back, relax, and get ready for some serious real estate and business talk with 3 of Tampa Bay's top experts. Here's Frank the Bank.
Hey, Tampa Bay, welcome back to the Business Happy Hour, your number one show for all things business and entrepreneurial. And I'm your host, Frank the Bank Cotto, owner of Lincoln Lending Group for 20 years right here in Tampa Bay. I love being in studio with my new co-hosts. They bring a breath of fresh air. They bring statistics. They bring off-market listings. They bring experience. They bring people like Travis. Actually, I brought Travis. I'm taking full credit for Travis.
They don't want credit for that.
No.
Sure, it's credit due, but
that love credit.
blame.
Is always,
They don't want blame.
Blame
for that.
is what we're looking for. But Travis and I have been friends for a while. Travis is the owner of Bullhorn Communications. Yep. He produces nothing. He is not Bullhorn Productions. That's my stupid phone vibrating. Sorry about that, ladies. It's gonna end eventually. Okay, there it goes. So anyway, we love having Travis in the studio. We were chatting last week, and you know how you got friends and you really don't want to know everything about them. But he tells
we know Rosa's mom got her out of there by the 28th. My mom couldn't get it done.
He took the words out of my mouth.
How many siblings do you have?
So I thought I didn't have any, and then I found out that I have 3.
Oh, wow. That's a whole different segment.
Yeah.
This thing just went sideways. We're going to have to do a 23andMe segment with her. Yeah. That's some great radio for you. See?
Well, we were trying to talk about leap year, and then you went into this whole you have a bunch of unknown siblings, so I guess we kind of sort of need to know about that.
So, well, I actually was born on February 29th, and I was just joking with you guys, so I would like my cake as well.
Oh, come out. You can celebrate with us.
We can, okay, Ksenia and Frank.
She's my long-lost leap year sibling.
Yes, I gained another
Did you check
brother.
the names on that? Who was the father?
Well,
Frank
Cotto. Frank. No.
You kind of do look a little.
Is it
Really? A little bit. I mean, you're way.
We kind of do actually. Could be my sister. You never know.
Yeah.
So what? How rare is it to be a leap year baby?
I don't know.
I've never actually met anyone except for you.
I've run into a couple. It's usually so-and-so knows someone who was, I guess, I don't know. Do people try not? My mom tried not to have a baby on the 29th, but just didn't work out for her.
I mean, what do you think the people in the hospital say? They're like, hey, like this day only happens every 4 years, so like you should probably do it right now.
Yeah, I don't know whether maybe the opposite. Maybe they're like, you don't want to induce on this day because, your kid's going to be messed up.
I mean,
so would you celebrate? Have you been celebrating every year?
If I know I've got a great present coming, I'll just say it's the 28th.
Yeah.
Which is very seldom, honestly. So
you do it the day before then. Okay.
So it's just the March 1st, I guess. But I feel like I'm a February baby. So
maybe February 28th, we could just celebrate together.
I prefer February on off years, probably. I would say, because I don't feel like I'm March.
Well, but like as a kid, what I'm wondering out, like when did you first like realize it and like figured it out? Did your mom like literally be like, listen, little Travie, we have to have a talk?
It's hard to explain that to a 4-year-old. I don't think we ever had that conversation until later on. Just figured it out myself.
Yeah.
Tell your teacher, they're like, oh, you're born on the 29th. Usually when some people will, when you give them your date of birth, you're filling out a form, they're like, oh, 29th. That's weird. Yeah, I don't see that very much.
They're like, so you're weird.
Well, and sometimes the forms that you fill out online, some of them for a long time didn't have the option. They weren't smart enough.
No, really?
These forms were a little more basic. And nowadays it seems like they calculate for leap years, but in the past they didn't do that. So it was a little bit of a problem on that.
Yeah, because you're not basic. I can tell.
Yeah, well, I'm left-handed. I'm born on...
Wow.
Right-eye dominant, though, but I'm born on leap year. I'm a little weird.
You are
weird.
Are you a reptilian? Are you like one of those guys?
Aliens. My dad saw aliens one time.
Did he really?
He saw a spaceship.
Have you seen aliens?
I have not. I don't really want to.
Yeah.
I think we're all seeing aliens right now.
Whoa, I'm hearing aliens right now.
He told that story forever.
That
Never
was
changed
awesome.
till the day he died. So
So you think it was real?
I believe him, man. He really was. He was adamant about it. Yeah.
Really?
But him and his buddy were like, they agreed not to talk about, they'd tell her the story in the family, but they not agreed not to talk about it. Like they
This
didn't
is
go,
like
they didn't make a
a
report of
real
it.
story.
But nowadays you hear these stories and everyone's like, oh, I think they're aliens. Like,
I don't know.
Documentaries.
I'm starting to believe a lot more in aliens these days. Totally like squirreling on this.
and I
but
want to think they're nice, but they're probably not.
they're
Just
nice.
saying.
And, yeah,
I
they're
mean,
way more powerful than us. I'll tell you
Exactly.
that.
They're
So,
flying around in spaceships.
Yeah, like jumping in and out of the water.
He
and,
said it looked like, it was very bright light, obviously, but he said it looked like what these conventional, like the UFO thing
He's
that
like,
we make fun of.
Yeah.
Like the little.
You brought your own sound effects.
I was looking for one. Here we go. I got that one for you. Hold on. Is that what your
I
dad
like
did
it.
to the Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah.
There they go. There
Hey, I'm
they go.
a former 11 Bravo too in the Army in the infantry, so I love the machine gun. That's like
You love hearing that. And by the way, Berlander is like, he's like on the mic over here. I love this guy.
I know he can't give us all that copyrighted bumper music we want from the Equalizer. I love the A-Team, in 1972. Actually, that was my birth year. In 1972, a crack team of,
Yes, of five
Special
mercenaries.
forces, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. That was probably one. Okay, you girls know what A-Team is. Please tell me.
Yeah.
Well, they know the rerun. They know the remake.
The remake.
Oh,
You're getting
yeah.
all the remakes.
Yeah.
Like Red Dawn.
Yeah.
Come on. The original was the best.
Yeah.
I mean,
If we didn't know your birthday, you totally dated the crap out of yourself,
Yes,
by
I
the way.
did.
So, all right. So let's talk a little bit about your business.
Okay.
Here.
Mr. Bullhorn.
Yes.
Yes, Mr.
well,
Bullhorn.
the reason I bring up the Equalizer, I joke, but sometimes, I'm called to come in and help level the playing field, equalize things. And without all the killing.
Okay, minus the killing.
Equalizer minus the killing most of the time.
Yes.
But like for instance, today I'm working on a story. A local homeowner and a builder were stiffed by a developer and a title company potentially. So there's we're looking into that. I get to help people bring in investigative reporters and resolve some of those issues for folks. It's an interesting job. It's not always in front of the camera.
Right.
A lot of it's behind the scenes. I've represented area firefighters, represent veterans organizations. By the way, you're going to have a new veterans event going to be happening in Clearwater that you'll get a chance to participate in called
Nice.
Honor Fest coming up on Saturday, May 25th.
Hey, can I deviate? You are a veteran, and this is a 100% veteran-owned company as well.
Right on. Yeah.
I love that, man. Thank you
man.
for your service. What branch were you?
Army, Airborne
Army.
Infantry.
Airborne. I should have picked up on that.
That's
Airborne
right.
Infantry. I love it, man.
I can talk. I can speak, so I'm
Yeah.
not a Marine.
And-
Sorry, Marines.
Sorry.
Love you
Hoorah.
guys.
Hoorah.
Semper Fi, but that's just mandatory. See, we got to do that.
Yeah.
We pick on squids. We pick on the Air Force.
Did-
What's
Air
a
Force.
squid?
Ooh,
A
what is-
squid's a Navy. So my dad was a squid.
Right.
And, the Navy guys. I saw one coming out of a restaurant the other day, and I said, my mom said, "Thank you for your service." And I said, "Thank you for service." And then I said, "Squid."
And he
That's
knew
why I
he
said
knew.
never
He's
do
like,
that.
He goes, oh, you Army. Yeah.
It's
I
just
love it.
mandatory. We do that, but it's like a big brother. I can pick on them, but you can't do that.
Right.
I pick on them.
Right. I
You
love
know.
it. What do they call the Marine? The grunts or devil dogs? Or
There's lots I can't say on the air. There's a
Oh,
lot of
yeah.
different
Oh,
from
God.
Marines. Yeah, I got so many friends that are Marines, though.
yeah.
All the time making friends with the Marines. I'm like, damn, it's like making friends with someone from FSU.
No, hey, you're the one wearing the garnet today,
I know.
buddy.
Don't get it twisted, buddy.
Listen.
I just
That's-
look good.
You look
in-
like an
in
FSU
maroon
coach.
or garnet,
All
whatever you
right,
want to call it.
Yeah, it's called FSU
Yeah.
colors. That's what that's called.
Hey, you guys have been kicking our butts. I'm a Gator, so double
Yeah,
Gator.
yes,
Went there for
yes.
undergrad and law school, but
It's okay. We
Still
won't
never
hold it
suited
against
anyone.
you. Now, when you say you represent people, you're not an attorney,
I'm not.
right?
I'm not practicing law.
Explain that a little bit when you say.
Well, but I do work for a lot of area law firms and law firms around the state and nation that have higher profile cases that, and of course I understand the rules of professional conduct that they're encumbered by when they have to deal with some of these issues. There are some obligations for them as professionals that they can't reach out and do a lot of things but if there's an instance where we need to correct the record, there's wrong information, incorrect information being put out, that I can then, help them get the right information out.
are you a
And
fixer?
you've seen that movie with Clooney where where he tells the guy when the phone rings and the guy says, "Oh, is that the cops?" He's like, "Cops don't call." Yeah. I mean, there are some times when law enforcement is involved with my my work.
Yeah.
Whether it's looking at someone who's done something wrong,
Uh-huh.
or helping someone who hasn't done something wrong,
Change the narrative.
Get their correct information out.
I love that.
Yeah, it's fun. It's challenging. Those are crisis communications are more stressful.
Uh-huh.
It's a stressful environment. Probably need some.
How does somebody know?
Some of that.
Wait, you're not on it already?
No,
how does somebody know to call you? Like what? How does?
You got to know
Well,
someone that
yeah,
knows
I mean,
someone that knows you.
Yeah, like
They have a
Probably.
challenging.
Rose is like you're gonna know,
Well, a lot of times it's a challenging case that that the news is just somehow missing,
right?
and that happens. There was a case that I've worked on where a young person was killed, and no one was covering the story, and then I came on board, and everyone was covering the story.
Oh.
But yeah, those are tough.
So hence the communications.
Yeah, those are tough. And then if you're a lawyer, we don't, attorneys shouldn't be out there seen to be dealing with those kinds of issues.
Right, the media and all that.
Yeah, exactly. So I need to be talking to them and doing that for them, and that's what I do. Yeah.
So what about somebody who there wasn't a tragedy or an issue or anything?
I love
They
the good
just-
stuff, the fun stuff, man.
Yeah.
Honor Fest in Clearwater. That sounds great. I want to work on that.
Yeah.
That's a great fit for me personally,
So
but it's
they
also a great thing.
hire you to do that.
But they hired me to do that. So yeah, yourstoryamplified.com. They can find me there to do that. But I love telling positive stories. I love positive messaging.
Right.
Helping a client figure out the messaging is the bigger part of this. And everybody, a lot of people, well, not everybody, but some people think, I can do your job. You can until you screw up.
Yeah.
And then
we
you're
screw
gonna
up one time,
Yeah.
and
And you could screw up big time and hurt your career.
right.
So
Have
at
you
least
screwed up?
have I? Everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah.
I've said things I didn't want to say. I actually had a dream last night
Oh,
about
wait.
a big PR problem for me.
Hold on, we're gonna get back to when we get back to the break. We're gonna find out about
talk about my
Travis's dream. And before the break, during the break, I'm gonna make sure it's an appropriate dream for Travis to bring up because I've known him way too long. I'm gonna get some sound
Part is
effects queued up
inappropriate.
for whatever type of dream it could have been. Oh God, I don't know what it was. Anyway, we'll be back on the business happy hour with Cynthia and Rosa from the Hara and Associates, and yours truly from Lincoln Lending Group. Contact frankthebank.com and Bullhorn Productions. Be back in just a minute.
That was the fifth or sixth time he said productions.
Oh,
Was it?
dude, I did it.
He has
Do
to
we have
say
a
20
swear
more
jar?
times.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think you guys, you bring a swear jar, but it's like a Frank
productions
screw-up
jar.
Yeah.
A productions jar.
Production.
Dang.
Frank screw up jar.
Yep.
I thought about doing that when he was saying my name at first.
Mm.
My broker was like, we should start keeping a tally. I wonder how many times he says it wrong this time.
What on the show?
You're good now,
No,
though. You
'cause
must
I-
have been practicing.
Franklin Lending.
Franklin Lending.
I love it. Yeah.
Franklin. It's Franklin Lending.
Franklin Lending.
Franklin.
Just say that. Just
Franklin
do it.
Lending.
Just
Do that every time he does. something.
What's the
Franklin
website
Lending.
again? What's your website?
yourstoryamplified.com.
All right,
Because a bullhorn just amplifies your business.
Yep.
I want to talk about. I work with real estate. I do work. So
Well, I was going to ask you that
yeah,
question
I
anyway.
want to talk about that.
That was do your dream, and then I'll go
The
into
good parts.
yeah.
the good parts. Yes,
And
yes,
there's
yes.
not a lot of good parts to this dream. It was.
Oh
I
man.
mean, it did involve some cocaine. But I'm just saying.
Oh, that's good. I have that. Hold on.
Oh.
Let me get this one turned
So
off.
I think it's snoring now. Let's just
God.
forget that part.
That's
okay?
that was very loud in
Man,
my
my
ears.
face
Is that
got
loud
really
in yours?
red. My
Little
face
bit.
got really red.
That was funny. It did get red. Look at that. Oh,
Like, I'm good, right?
dude.
You seen the
Verlander.
Theo Vaughn clip where he says they ruined cocaine because the cartels ruined it. I mean, they put fentanyl in it. And no one.
Oh yeah,
That's why.
it's crazy.
That's why.
I met with
Theo
somebody
says he won't
the
do
other
it
day.
anymore.
This like guy who does rehabs, and I'm like, dude, can you please explain to me why there is fentanyl? Like, explain why does it exist and why is it in cocaine? Like, and he gave me a whole explanation. It blows my mind. Like, if you're in business to sell something, why are you going to sell something to people that is going to kill them? Then you are killing your clients. Like, I don't know.
What was his answer?
Has to do with China, and has to do with how cheap it is and how it gives
It boosts
a
it.
boost the high.
Only problem is 1 microgram can cause it to boost it past your capacity to survive.
Right. It is so deadly,
So,
right? And you don't know
yeah.
until it's too late. And
We'll
then
drop
people are
that
putting
part.
it in everything else because it's a cheap way to boost their crappy product.
There was no coke in my dream.
We are ready. By the way, dude, the sound effects are awesome. Thank you for doing that. He's the one who threw on the aliens and stuff. That was hilarious.
Now we're back with some serious real estate and business talk with 3 of Tampa Bay's top experts. And now, your host of the Business Happy Hour, here's Frank the Bank, Rosa Vahidi, and Senia Akishina.
Hey, Tampa Bay, welcome back to the Real Business Happy Hour, your number one show for all things business and entrepreneurial. And by the way, speaking of real, Senia and Rosa from Mahara and Associates, top producing team in Florida, not just Tampa. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. Wonderful applause for you. They have a new vanity number, which will make this very real and very easy. It's 755-REAL. 813-755-REAL.
I already remember it.
You already have it? Wait,
I don't remember hardly any
that's
numbers.
Travis with Bullhorn Communications, not Productions, by the way. Somebody keeps saying Productions. I don't know who.
Franklin. Lending.
Yeah, the guy from Franklin Lending.
Hey, go to franklinlending.com. I should buy that. I'm going to buy it right now.
Lincoln Lending.
Lincoln Lending. Lincoln Lending.
We don't really want to
Group.
get that train started.
Lincoln Lending Group. Or contact frankthebank.com. You can always go there. So Travis Horn, Bullhorn Communications, veteran, communications executive. We kind of found out a little bit about what you do. We're gonna nail that down because we're gonna talk about the good stories. But before, you told us that you had a dream.
Well, I don't want to get too deep in that dream. It was a little wild, but
Tell us just the first part.
The way I solved the problem was just being honest. That's what I tell my clients too. Is you've got to be truthful, got to be honest. You only get one reputation,
right?
And so it was funny. It actually kind of ended on a lame note. It got a little exciting. There was some partying going on there, and then it was like, hey, here's what really happened. Just tell the truth. And a lot of times,
the truth will
people
set
will
you
forgive
free.
you for that. They won't. I tell clients when I do media training, because I train them on how to appear on television. I say, look, people will forgive you if you make a mistake, but if you're out there saying you're in church on Sunday lighting candles, you better be in church on Sunday lighting candles. When they find out you're not, they're going to be mad at you.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
But if you're not, don't portray yourself as someone who is.
Fair enough.
And so just being honest and authentic and truthful with yourself, that's really a benchmark and starting point. And those are the people I want to work with anyways. I've worked with different trades companies in the past and when I was doing advertising and marketing as well. And, I only want to work with really people with great reputations who care about their reputation.
So your company can save reputation, it can change reputation, it can correct the wrongs. What about, let's just talk about real estate, all right?
Yeah,
Cindy and Rosa are agents. Could your company help them?
Yeah,
in
for
some
sure.
way?
Well, what I was going to say is, too, especially when they have clients coming into town who there's something big they're going to be doing, right? Those are the projects, whether it's, a new ice skating rink or a stadium or something bigger like that, or something smaller that, they're going to need help with. But maybe it's a new chain coming into town and they need help rolling that out. That's where I work with real estate professionals.
So it has a lot to do with publicity, right?
Yeah. Like I said, back in law school, my buddy of mine said, you should be a publicist, man. He's like, you really? Because, I could take the old cases and put them in today's terms and it's storytelling,
Right.
He's like, you sound like I'm my Uncle Remus or something. So,
Well, what's the difference in what you do in a publicist?
Not a lot. I mean, except that a publicist, so much to me, there's a connotation of not so much weightiness. And sometimes I work on issues that are very, they're very weighty.
Right.
I supported when the firefighters, went to get coverage for presumption for cancer. There were certain cancers that firefighters were presumed to get on a higher rate, at a much higher rate than the populace. So I worked on getting that. Of course, I had both my brothers were firefighters who passed away from cancer. So at a personal, it was obviously a passionate personal connection to that. Yeah. But I work on some issues like that. And again, sometimes I can talk about them. Sometimes I can't. Sometimes, a lot of times there are NDAs involved where people don't want you talking about a piece of technology they're working on. I've got a couple of those right now.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So
it's really cool
so
stuff.
for myself, for the mortgage company, if I maybe there's some new product that I really want to get out there, and I'd like to be seen as the local expert or something. I
have a client who has a barbecue grill product for green eggs. In fact, I'm going to hook him up with you to come in and
really?
tell you about it. But he's a lawyer who has invented this product.
Okay.
And that kind of thing too.
I use a green egg.
Yeah.
So you ladies know what the green egg is?
I have yet to get one. I want one.
Yeah.
So bad.
It's
I'm
it's
gonna get
addictive.
it now.
Like once you get one,
he's got a product you're gonna love. So
yeah,
it really helps make your green egg work more efficiently.
I can't wait. No, I'd love it. And we love having you as a guest on the show because you've been like you introduced us to Bruce Parkman, and that was actually the first interview wasn't it right? The first interview we did together here in that studio.
Another great client.
In the studio.
Second
or first in the studio.
First in the studio.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bruce is a very successful cyber entrepreneur in the IT sort of space, working with governments around the globe. Really cool guy. Of course, retired out of the military, special forces. I call him Sergeant Major when I talk to him.
Yeah, well, that's no joke, that designation, if you don't know.
Great guy, but they're hosting a new conference on head injury.
That's right.
And
we promised that we were going to advertise that for him.
Bay. I'll make sure we get you all that information.
Please do.
There's nothing like this conference, and it's about the subconcussive trauma, which is the smaller hits to the head, not concussions.
Right.
And so, yeah, they'll be bringing medical researchers and people to town. A lot of people who, hey, might want to buy a house too.
That's right.
We were thinking about going.
Gotta buy it. Gotta fund it.
So.
Yeah, I think we actually put it on our schedule already.
Yeah.
I think when he was sitting there, we all did. And we're going to go join that. And I told my wife I want her to join, and we're going to invite a lot of the hockey families to join. I mean, we've got to get the word out on that subconcussive trauma.
I look at my job as helping communicate to save lives, and that a lot of times that's what. And let's face it, that is a challenging program that we're working on there. We're basically changing the way Americans and even doctors in the medical profession approaches brain injury and looks at it. Right. But we all grew up with someone who got hit in the head and was never the same after that, right?
Yeah.
Or they were getting hit in the head. They just didn't, there were obvious effects from it.
Right.
And so now the science is beginning to catch up with that.
It is. Yeah. It is. I mean, he told us some very interesting thing about these helmets that measure the power of the concussion.
Yeah.
And I guess he's doing some research right now. It really stuck with me that all the companies that created these sensors are mysteriously out of business. They're all either been bought out or something. He was going to call around all the different owners and try to figure out why. Because talk about something could save lives. Just having that data. His lips are like tight right now. He's like, there's something to this.
In my line of work, you get to learn a lot, see a lot.
Yep.
Again, it's involved cases with killings, murders.
So yourstoryamplified.com.
Right.
Of course, they all know that if they reach out to me that Travis and I are friends, I'll get you in touch with him right away. In the last minute here, Travis, tell us, who should be calling you? Who do we want to go to the website?
Anyone who's really serious about communicating a serious message to the public, and wants help with that messaging, and who has a realistic, timeline and a budget to accomplish something big. I'm not here to do little things. I will really. As your years start to crank down, my leap year years are, winding down. I really want to make an impact. I figure for the next 10, 15 years, I can do that. And then someone else is going to have to pick up the slack.
I love it, man. Absolutely love it. And we love having you on the show. This is the first time for Senia and Rosa to meet you.
Great. They did a great job.
I think we'll get together. Matter of fact, I think he should meet Ray. We should all have a conversation about that as well. So, Travis, thank you for coming on the show.
You're all invited to the birthday party.
Yeah, birthday party. That's
Thursday,
tomorrow. No,
5:30.
Thursday. That's right. Bullhorn Communications, yourstoryamplified.com, Mahara and Associates, 813-755-REAL, 813-755-REAL. Have a great week, everyone.
Thank you. Yes.
Rock and roll. Thanks, Berlander.
Thanks, James.
Dude, those were awesome sound effects. Thank you for doing that.
I got a bolt.
Oh, yes.
It's 1:23.
Yep, we are running them late. Actually, you know what? Let me. I want to read it for you. Let me finish this, and we'll play around when we go to lunch.
I'm heading back, but I'm running a little bit behind.
Just for 30.
Oh, okay.
You got to roll.
See ya. Thank you all so
Yeah, bro.
much.
Good seeing you.
Great to meet you. Great job.
So good to meet
Come
you.
out to the party.
I know. We'll have to celebrate.
Yep.
Appreciate you. All right. I want to talk to you about something idea I have.
Okay.
We'll do that together. See you.
Let's do it.
All right, I'm going to try. I want to. How do you feel about recording that? You don't.
I mean, I would like to practice it probably because initially I actually rewrote it to be in third person.
Okay.
So I think if we do it, then it'll be good for us to do it in first person. Like we instead of the theys.
The way it was written, I was going to make a slight edit to it, and then I was going to read it the way that I felt it was.
Okay.
Because I think it like you want to come off like, hey friends, you can either be a personality, like if we could, like if Berlander recorded, you say, hey, this is James from 970 WFLA, Mahara and Associates is one of the top producing local things, or I could say, hey, this is Frank the Bank Cotto from Lincoln Lending Group, Mahara and Associates is one of the top. Let me tell you about Mahara and Associates, like something like that, like come off instead of just starting Mahara and Associates is one of the top, blah, blah, blah. You want to personalize, I think, right?
Well, you know better, so,
So I want to record one, let you hear it,